first game mentality, and so as a coach, you're worrying about all the situational stuff. Like simple things like transitioning from defense to punt return or defense to punt safe, 2 minute into game situations. So you get a little bit of concern as a coach about that, just because you're not necessarily in a normal game mode where you're experiencing those each and every week.
And part of that, concern, I would imagine, special teams wise, not that you have a lot of guys that are missing, but some of them were part of the special teams.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you're throwing some new people out there. Maybe they played, but
yeah, and that's good and bad. So I think, and this is what I've been talking about with North Carolina, is the fact that they've got several new guys playing, and while they're less experienced, they're probably going to be more excited about playing in the game. And so some of our special teams guys are going to be playing increased snaps, or maybe playing for the first meaningful time. Some of our younger players, they're going to have great energy. They just don't have the experience, right? So I think that, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad trade-off in a bowl game. Three things that as a head coach that worry me, and I see it because I watch all the bowl games, is taking care of the football on offense. Simple exchanges, things like that. Second thing is tackling, because you don't really live tackle during the month of December. And the third thing is the special teams. And as much the transitions is the actual schematics of it. Making sure you have 11 guys on the field, making sure that they understand that, hey, people tend to fake punts and fake field goals a little bit more in bowl games than they do during the traditional season. So I think those are the concerns, and all you can do is you work them and get them out there and play.
So obviously you guys have relied so much on your offensive line. Other than 5 snaps, you've had Zach in the middle doing that. So your thoughts? I imagine it's still going to be the same. You guys got to control up front, both sides, and do that. But can you control up front without Zach there? Brandon doing it?
Here's the thing. We have a lot of trust in Brandon. He's made tremendous growth. Like, he's played at a high level, and I really think playing center, not only in this game but for next season, will give him a real head start. I think he can be an NFL player. And so from an identification standpoint, getting us on the right people, have a lot of faith in him. We're going to treat it the same. We're going to go same run plays that we ran when Zach was in, or same run plays that we're going to run with Brandon there. Same way we protected with Zach, same way that we're going to protect with Brandon. Now, will we miss Zach? Yeah. You don't take that type of player off your team and you say, oh, well, we're just going to continue to roll. So, but I do think, the one positive on it, it's really given us a month head start on the 24 season with that O-line.
Last one for me then. You've said many times that the teams that are successful in bowl games are usually ones that want to be there, have the energy to be there. You feel like your guys have
we practiced,
accomplished that?
So the only thing that I can go on is how we've practiced. And we've had great energy. We practiced hard on Christmas Eve, which was a Wednesday practice for us. And it was competitive. We did a ton of good-on-good work, and we had great energy. And so if we can carry that energy that we've had during the month of December into the game, which I'm confident we can, then I feel confident about our guys being ready to go.
Coach, you were talking about some of the younger players having an opportunity to play for you guys. You mentioned a guy like Corey McIntyre getting a chance in this game. What can he bring, and just, where is he at in his development as a younger player? Yeah,
so Corey is a guy that we're excited about. We were able to maintain his red shirt, which is going to be big. He's really changed his body since June, and that's a credit to Mike and strength conditioning, and also Haley Bishop and nutrition. They've done a great job with him, and he's followed instructions, and he used his resources, which is what you want for the freshman. And he's taking advantage of going against a really good offensive line. I mean, he went against Zach Frazier for 12 straight weeks on the scout team, and that made him better. And so I credit him a lot. And we played him a little bit toward the end of the year, and he's continued to get better. So I'm excited. I'm excited for him. I'm excited for DJ Oliver, who's going to play for the first time in meaningful snaps on offense. He's earned that, and it's been fun. Like, he and Corey, to me, are two guys that have really used what we call our developmental stage, where they basically lift like it's an off season during the season because they're redshirting. And now they're so much better of a player. Their body's better, mentally they're better as far as what we're doing schematically. So I'm excited to see guys like those, like Corey and DJ, in this game.
Well, you bring up DJ. How different is he compared to, you know, a CJ Donaldson, Jaheim? I know those guys have a lot of versatility, but in terms of his skill set, how different is he?
Well, he's fast. That's the one thing that by looking at him you wouldn't know. He can run. You know, he consistently hits above 20 miles per hour on our GPS units. He's big. You know, he's 220 plus. He's a tough tackle when he gets going downhill. You know, the things that he's got to continue to improve on are catching the ball out of the backfield, understanding pass protection. But from a run game perspective, he's really talented.
Whenever it comes to their quarterback that you're going to face here, Connor Harrell, was just talking with Sean Martin. He said he reminds him a lot of the way that Garrett plays. How beneficial has it been getting ready for that type of quarterback, having someone like Garrett who also has the ability to run the way that he is for this defense?
Well, the difficulty is what you're watching on film with North Carolina is not necessarily how they're going to play in the game. And so that's the reason we've done a lot of good-on-good work during this bowl prep, is because we are a quarterback run team. A lot of the run concepts we use, we anticipate North Carolina using in the bowl game. Connor Harrell is talented now. I watched him. We recruited him out of Thompson High School, and he's won a bunch of games at the highest level in the state of Alabama. He's really well coached by Mark Freeman there at Thompson, and so he throws the deep ball really well, and he's fast. And so we'll be prepared for it, but we expect him to play well.